Welcome, superstars! Summertime puts me in mind of the days I would go to Chuck E. Cheese and other arcades like it as a kid. Playing laser tag, skee ball, eating greasy pizza, and I decided to create a doll that gives me the exact same vibe. The game Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach gives me the exact nostalgic feeling, with the neon lights and familiar party carpet, with much more sinister undertones that my horror-loving adult self can appreciate. So ultimately, and inspired by the nostalgia and horror, I decided to make a doll trapped in a dark and deadly arcade. A laser tagger using her wits and gun to combat deadly animatronics. I love Rainbow High bodies, they're so cute and curvy. The eyes and head gave me a load of trouble though, which I'll go into more later on. What gave me the initial idea for this doll was actually this neon acrylic yarn, which is so bright, and the whole time I was rerouting it just put me in a good mood. I unwound the yarn to give me about 4 strands of wavy hair, which I rooted into the doll head. I ended up doing 2 whole reroutes for this doll by the end, but I'll go more into that later on. For the outfit, I dug up the most colorful fabrics I could find in my stash, which was only like 3 pieces. Plus this black stretchy fabric. I ended up making a cute tank and shorts inspired by Lara Croft for a fun adventure-y feel. She's probably my laser tagger's favorite heroine. Out of my button box, I pulled 2 tiny buttons, 1 star and 1 heart, and I painted them with bright neon colors. I also found this cute little bear button. He'll be a little glam rock Freddy keychain eventually. The socks are made of, you guessed it, socks. There are quite a few accessories I made for this doll. A holster, her laser tag gun, her tagger vest, goggles, and backpack that would hold her batteries and other collector things she'd find around the arcade. It helped me to think of this project as creating my own video game character, thinking practically about what she would need and what world she'd be moving around in, her weapon and how she'd charge it, all that stuff. These neon lights I found on Amazon, and they'll play a big part in the stand later on. I tried so hard with this face, y'all. If I'd watched some tutorials on how to do rainbow high dolls first, that might have helped. But I really just went in confident and blind, and that ended up kicking my ass halfway through. I thought it would be cool for her to have neon war paint, like if the animatronic she's fighting had neon blood and she would paint herself to scare them off. I did not like the face the whole time I was working on it. That and the eyes. It wasn't fun. I used white paint as a base because my neon paints are so translucent. They wouldn't have shown up on her skin by themselves. Needless to say, I was frustrated. Especially when I tried to put the eyes back in. As soon as I stepped back and looked at her, she gave me a Kubrick stare the whole time I was staring at her. I was prepared to give up, or to just give her a new head. I opted for the latter. I found this Howling Wolf doll in my stash, and she was perfect. She had the exact proportions I was picturing, a sweet face, and she was extremely easy for me to paint and color to match the body. It was really a breath of fresh air to go back to familiar territory and paint a solid head, not one with inset eyes. I think I need more practice before I go to the BJD/Rainbow High dolls again. And as far as the neon paint, I decided to do it in splotches rather than make it look like she used it as war paint. It felt better for some reason, like it was just haphazardly strewn across her and across the stand. You'll see later on. So she ended up like this. Big improvement. I completed the other accessories, like this cute chain I remember using as bracelets in elementary school. I finished the gun and holster and her tagger vest, all in blue to make them stand out from the doll itself. I figure the arcade she's at has a theme of blue and chrome to really make it distinct from her own colorful self. My idea for the stand was to have it be a charging station for her gun and battery pack. If this were a video game, I would make the aesthetic very colorful but grungy. I would say my favorite kind of aesthetic is derelict! It's got some texture and history and life behind it, but it's been neglected for a while. I used this soap bottle with ridges as the base for the stand because it reminded me of an oil drum. The plan was to fit the battery pack for the lights in the stand itself, so the soap bottle was the perfect compartment for it. I know this video took me a while to make, but there was a lot of issues with the doll. There were issues with my hard drive losing most of the footage. Yeah, I've been having issues. I'm glad you guys have stuck with me, and I hope you like her. So, meet Tania Swiftstrike, the laser tagger. I hope you guys enjoyed this chaotic process. See you next time.